Welcome, geometry students, to class today on this Friday, the 25th. Congratulations on making it through to another Friday. Everyone loves Fridays, and I'm glad the week is over as much as you are. Also, don't forget next week you only have school 3 days, so you'll enjoy a nice 4-day weekend next week. Let's jump right into this, guys. You're responsible for these announcements, so please listen carefully to what I say. At this time, please turn your homework in. I gave you the whole class period yesterday to work on this. Make sure your name is on it, and please turn this in now at this time. Incompletes. Now, guys, I've said this all week, and I'm not a mean person, but I say what I mean. I mean what I say, okay? This was due, Caleb, this was due here by today. Okay, I gave it on Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and take you off the list here. It was due by today. And so if it's not turned in today, it will be a permanent 0, okay? If somehow you can get it turned in before the day, let me put that back up there so you can see it. If somehow you can get that turned in before the day's over, that would be fine, okay? There it is right there. Okay, moving on. I think Dakota, Mrs. Duke told me you took your quiz already, but I could be wrong. So if you've not taken your quiz, you must take it today. Your Chapter 2 test by Monday, Dakota, and then these assignments here are due by Monday, okay? If you have any problem with this, all that you have to do is contact me, and we'll talk about this via email, okay? Alright, moving on. Today we're going to be taking a quiz, and then taking notes, and then working on homework. The video today is about transversals, which is what we looked at yesterday, but they're not intersecting any two lines. They're intersecting two lines that are parallel. And you're going to be learning 4 principles today about the angles that are formed when a transversal intersects two parallel lines. The teaching video for today is called Lesson 3.4. It's about 23 minutes long. The homework that is due Monday is page 132, 9 through 12, 16 through 18, 19 through 37, odd, just the odd, and skip number 25. The help video, like usual, is lesson 3.4. That should be a 4 right there. Lesson 3.4 homework. It's about 15 minutes long. Okay. Notice you should have received Wednesday's quizzes. Let's talk about these. I don't think there were not many A's. I don't have the stats in front of me, and I'm actually going to go. Yeah, I've got them right here, actually. There was 2 A's and 1 B. Did you get that, guys? 2 A's and 1 B. No C's. 5 D's and 1 F. Now look again. I'm not a mean person, but I told you exactly what would be on there. I told you there'd be some problems on there too, but I chose to not put those on. But the fill in the blanks, I told you to study the theorems, the definitions, any of that stuff that was on there. And so really, really learn to study for your quizzes, please, guys. Okay? Alright, at this time, go ahead and pause the video and pass out the quizzes. Once everyone has the quiz on their desk, we will then go over the quiz. Okay, let's go over the quiz. Number 1 is the definition of transversal. I did forget to give you a word bank, although I think it's really a joke to have a word bank for one definition, so I was getting ready to give you the words, but I'm not going to do that. Sorry, guys, not for one definition. Absolutely not. So, transversal, fill in the blanks with the correct word. Now, listen carefully. Listen carefully or you're going to get confused. Down at the bottom, like number 1, look down at the bottom. It says angles 1 and 2. Does everybody see that? Look down at the bottom. Number 1 says angles 1 and 2, okay? You look at the diagram at angles 1 and 2. And then you ask yourself, are they alternate interior, alternate exterior corresponding angles, or consecutive interior angles? Let's pretend that you think angles 1 and 2 are alternate interior angles. Then for number 1 right here, here's number 1, here's a blank, and it says angles 1 and 2. Let's say you think those are alternate exterior angles, then right here in the blank, you would put the number 1. No, represent corresponding angles, and number 4 is going to represent consecutive interior angles, or we also call them same side interior angles. So if you think number 1 is alternate exterior angles, then you put a 2 in the blank. Let's say you thought number 1 was consecutive interior angles, then you would put a 4 in the blank. Do you understand? So all that you're doing is putting numbers in those blanks. Okay, so that's it for the quiz there, guys. I mean, there's really nothing else to put on the quiz. That's all for today. Go ahead and get started working on your quizzes. When you are finished, please start the teaching video and finish up with homework. Mrs. Duke, it's your decision as to how much time to give them for the quiz. But if anyone is taking too long of a time, allow them to continue to work on the quiz, and go ahead and start the notes video, and they can get caught up on their notes over the weekend. Have a great weekend, students. Contact me if you have any questions at all.